Hello to you folks out there. Investigator Christel Bell with the Let ABC 15 No team here today, coming at you with another topic. This one is a popular topic because we get a lot of complaints about this issue. Landlord tenant. We are gearing up for another phone bank as we partner with the State Bar of Arizona to bring that phone bank to you. We'll make sure we give you the details about that phone bank after we finish this discussion, but we want to dive into it because we've got a great attorney with us today, Brett Meyer with the law offices of Scott Clark. Thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We love it. But you volunteered with us before answering phone calls and taking questions from Arizona tenants and renters. This is such a popular topic. And I know you probably get inundated with in your office with just so many would it be so many people with questions. So let's dive into it. I got a couple of questions I want to ask you. We can talk about it. I guess the first thing is probably just kind of understanding what rights, what responsibilities do landlords and tenants have under the Arizona Residential Landlord and Tenant Act.
Yes. So it really comes down to the Arizona Landlord Tenant Act itself, which is a set of statutes in the state of Arizona which govern housing. So it covers multifamily, single family, mobile homes, everything involving renter issues. And it's really important that tenants and, frankly, landlords familiarize themselves with the Landlord Tenant Act.
Yeah.
So there are standards that must be met both by the landlord and by the tenant.
Now talk
So
about some of those standards.
yes. So some of the obvious ones is maintaining a fit premises. And now this does cut both ways. So a landlord obviously has some very important responsibilities in the state, which is, you could think of them off the top of your head, make sure that there is no pest infestations, make sure that there is working air conditioning and heating, make sure that their property is as safe as they can possibly make it so that there's no outstanding, trip hazards, things like that the buildings are deteriorating, that they must address mold, things of those nature. Now, tenants also have responsibilities themselves as well. They have to make sure that when they move into a building, that they read their lease very carefully, so
Yeah.
that they know what they have to do to maintain the unit in a safe and sanitary condition.
Yeah.
Because especially in multifamily housing, you're thinking about large apartment complexes. It's very easy to get trapped in the thought of, my four walls are the thing that matter most. But you have to remember that you're sharing those walls with families, with other people,
That's right.
and you don't really think about that sometimes where, maybe you're listening to TV late at night and you're getting complaints from a neighbor. Maybe they're not really reasonable complaints, but that all goes to the landlord and they have to try to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Maybe when they do an inspection, they find out that the unit maybe isn't being kept in the best condition as possible. So it's really important to make sure that, tenants, just modicum efforts, make sure you keep the unit
You're doing your
clean,
part.
that
Yeah.
you get rid of spoiled food, of trash, of things like that, things that could affect other neighbors are the things that really come up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now, for landlords, it's really a responsibility of them to make sure that they control the space that
Yeah.
they are renting and that they make sure that it is a good, clean, safe environment for the people who move in.
I'm so glad you talking about that because that is probably one of the biggest complaints that we see. We've seen infestations of, pests, rodents. We see mold. We get
Mhm.
those type of complaints too. Walk us through the first steps tenants should be doing when they see things like that. We know, especially as it gets hotter here in Arizona, ACs fail. Those type of things happen. So tenants are without AC. Walk us through what should tenants do as soon as they discover there's a problem like infestation or no AC.
Absolutely.
What's the first step?
So it's very important that tenants know who to contact when an issue arises. So usually it'll be contained in the lease agreement or in the move-in packet, and it'll tell you usually that you have to submit a work order,
Mhm.
something that you do online to conduct a formal work order. It's
Okay.
very important that tenants don't, sometimes they'll make relationships with leasing agents or maintenance people, and they'll have this idea that, oh, if I just text them or if I call them in the middle of the night, then the issue will be resolved. That might not necessarily be the case.
That's true.
Sometimes that communication doesn't make it up to the landlord, the manager who needs to now take action. Well, another important thing is that in Arizona, particularly in these types of disputes, contractual disputes or contractual issues, everything needs to be in writing. So it's very important that they put something down in writing and that they give it to the landlord so that they know exactly what they do and what they need to fix.
Yeah. And be clear, you can text, you can call, you can do all
Absolutely.
of that too, but
Oh,
you have to
yes.
document it. Writing is
Absolutely.
important.
Too
Yeah.
many times I see that they'll be texting back and forth with somebody, and maybe they'll come and maintenance will come and try to address something, but then maybe the manager wasn't aware, and maybe the manager would know, like, oh, well, if it's mold, I don't want just somebody going in to just spray over it or just take a quick look. We might need to hire a mold specialist. We might need to get somebody out there. And sometimes, unfortunately, it is something the tenant needs to kind of get moving. They want to make sure that they call, text, that's fine, but put something in writing, send it to the landlord so that they have something legal and effectual that they can actually take action with.
And so when you put that in writing, when you document and send it to the landlord, how many days does a tenant or does the landlord, should I say, have to respond?
So there's two separate issues. One is a health and safety issue, which is 5 days,
Okay.
and one is a material breach issue, which is 10 days. So 5 day health and safety, that would be things like mold, pest infestation, things like that. If you give them a written formal notice, and you'll learn how to do that in the Landlord Tenant Act, if you look up tenant remedies, then you could serve upon them a 5 day health and safety that basically says, hey, you have 5 days to address this issue. That means maybe having a licensed inspector coming in. Now, in reality, it might not be able to be fixed completely in 5 days, but it does put a timeline on there to say, hey, if you just ignore this and you don't do anything, then the tenant then has some rights available to them. So that would be the ability to either hire a licensed contractor to come and fix the issue themselves. It's usually necessary to speak with landlord about that, because you want to make sure you're not paying money for nothing
Hmm.
if you just think that it's going to fix something.
Okay.
And the other option, while it may seem a little harsh, it is in the state of Arizona that you could just leave the unit. So it's important to remember that Arizona is not a rent strike state. This is a problem that we see all the time because other states do allow that. If there's a mold issue, if there's a pest issue, some tenants think, well, I'm just not going to pay my rent, and I'm just going to wait till we get to court to see if what's going to happen. And unfortunately, when we get there, it's, well, if you're still in the unit and you haven't paid, then there's still probably going to be a judgment against you. That's what you want to avoid. So you want to make sure that you follow the Landlord Tenant Act, you give the proper written notice, and that you actually avail yourself of the remedies available to you. And if that means that you're going to turn in keys and leave without penalty, that may very well be something you want to take care of, because ultimately the safety of you and your family is more important than anything else going on.
Yeah, I know. And I know in some situations where we talk about that is what you can do, but how easy is it? How difficult is it, what should I say, for a family just to up and leave like that? I mean, I know a lot of times it's just difficult situations where
Exactly.
it's hard to leave,
It is.
And so in those typical, I'd say take it a step further. Would you say, and let me know, even documenting, I've given you the 5 day notice. This is what was said, documenting that. What was the back and forth? What was the remedy? Making sure you document everything that happens with that
Yes.
that landlord is
Yes.
important.
So pictures are really
Mhm.
good, videos are really good, because sometimes, when they go in, they might not see what you're seeing.
Mhm.
If you're talking about mold underneath a kitchen cabinet and they go and inspect the unit, maybe they don't know to look under there, or maybe they just miss it. You want to make sure that you document every single thing wrong with your unit so that the landlord is put on notice. Now, thankfully, most landlords are really good at getting on top of that and sending people out. They have full teams to do so, but there are people that get lost in the mix there, and you want to make sure that you have everything documented so that you could show your case, particularly if you do have to end up going to court. Because even if you go to court and you're still there and rent maybe still due an owing, if you didn't have air conditioning, or if you had a mold issue that was rendering a part of your unit unusable for a certain amount of time, you might be able to seek some diminution, which means you might not have to pay quite as much as you thought you did.
Okay.
But it's important to make sure, again, that you follow each of those steps and you maintain that communication with the landlord.
I also kind of want to bring up the issue of what do you do? Okay, let's say mold is an issue or the apartment is without AC for an extended period of time. You know, families cannot stay in a place that is 80, 90 degrees and it's 110 outside. Is the landlord responsible for temporary housing?
So often, yes. So
Okay.
let's say that you are living in an apartment unit and things happen. The air conditioning goes out, and maybe it's not going to be able to be fixed right away, particularly in the height
Right.
of summer. Anybody who knows, if they've ever tried to call an air conditioning company, it's not overnight. There's
Exactly.
everybody has an emergency, so it could lead to significant delays. So it's often the case that in the Landlord Tenant Act, it kind of goes over what that is. But substitute housing is usually going to be the responsibility of the landlord. Now, this may be that they move them to a vacant unit that does have air conditioning. Maybe they move them to a hotel, but it's important to make sure that you look at the Landlord Tenant Act and you realize what the reimbursement is. So it's usually about 125% of the rent that you could get reimbursed for. So it's important to remember you don't use it as a vacation. You don't want to overspend on an apartment or on a hotel, but you can also speak with the landlord because sometimes they'll help you find that housing.
Mhm.
And then so you can make sure that you're safe while the repairs are being conducted.
But is it a situation of you have to pay for the hotel and then be reimbursed?
It
You have
could
to read over your contract to see if that's stated in there?
So it's usually not going to be stated in the contract. You need to speak with your landlord.
Okay.
So it may very well be the case, if it's in the middle of the night and your air conditioning's out and it's the height of summer, you might not be able to wait until the morning to speak with somebody before you have to get you and your family out of there. So it's probably wise to maybe go seek alternative housing and inform the management in the morning so that you could get that process started.
Right.
Sometimes landlords will reimburse up to the 125% after it's all been accounted for because who knows how long that may be, or it may be the case that they will actually help you find that hotel and then pay it outright. But it's up to the landlord exactly how that goes, but the,
Okay.
the tenant does have rights when it comes to those.
Absolutely. And so even if you are reimbursed, keep your receipt. Keep
Absolutely.
all your receipts for everything. I would say that. Okay, let's talk about what is the time frame for returning a security deposit and giving an accounting of the deductions?
Okay, so it's 14 business days after possession has been surrendered and once demand has been made for it. So it's important that if you want that accounting, not only do you have to make sure you know who to turn the keys into, because remember, in Arizona, keys equal possession. So if you just leave, but you don't tell anybody, or you leave the keys on the counter, but nobody knows, you're still going to be charged rent, and that's going to continue. So you want to make sure you maintain that communication first. And then once you leave, it's probably wise to send an email or something and saying, "Hey, just wanted to make sure that you're going to be sending me my move out accounting." Once that process occurs, it takes 14 business days. That's usually how long it takes for them to go in, see if there's damages, things like that. The security deposit will then first go towards prior rent, utilities, late fees, anything like that, including damages. And then if there are no damages and nothing's due and owing, they have to send that back to you within 14 business days. Now that's what they have to mail it by that time. So it's important that you keep speaking with your landlord, you maintain that communication so that you know where it's going to be sent to and when it will be sent so that you have that documented.
Yeah. Also, I want to add too, you can request under law a final inspection walkthrough.
Absolutely. And that is a very wise thing to do. And
Absolutely.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's something that a lot of people don't think about.
Yep.
When you move into a unit, I would probably recommend that you do a video walkthrough and you
Right.
take pictures of it
Hmm.
because managements change hands all the time, ownerships, change.
Absolutely.
And if they don't know what the condition of the unit was when you moved in,
Hmm.
they might go through and say, "Hey, I see a scuff on this wall," or "This is really, the bathtub is basically broken at this point."
Right. Right.
And if that wasn't something that you did, if it was like that when you moved in, you want that documented.
Yeah, document it before you move in, when you
And
do,
after you move
and
out.
you typically should get some type of list, a paper that gives you an opportunity to list all of the issues that you
Correct.
found in the apartment when you move in, or the house or whatever it may be, that unit. Fill that out as well and
Hmm.
give that to them, and then take your video and your pictures once you move out as well too.
Absolutely. Yes.
Always document that. I agree. Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah. And to that point on the move in inspection sheet, just make sure that you keep a copy of that for yourself. Landlords do the same. Landlords sometimes forget to do this as well. So it's always something that you need to know. You want to document everything so that there's no questions and there's no miscommunications.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about what notice must a landlord, or no, let's talk about the eviction process because I think that's important too. We've seen evictions rise in Arizona. And so what's the notice, or what is the eviction process in Arizona, and what notices are actually required for unpaid rent or lease violations?
Okay, so in Arizona, unlike other states, the eviction process moves actually rather quickly.
Okay.
So it happens quite a bit. In order for that process to get started, they first must send you a notice. And usually it's a curable notice. So they'll send you either a 5 day or maybe a 10 day for material breach. And they'll say, hey, you have 5 days to pay your rent so that you could avoid this being sent to court. Or you have 10 days, to stop making noise disturbances or to stop, allegedly engaging in harassment of other residents. Because if that issue continues, then we're going to maybe file. Now,
Okay.
once those notices expires, if the issues have continued, you may very well be then issued a summons and complaint. And it is very important if that occurs that you show up to court. Even if you've spoken with the landlord and you think that it's going to be worked out, it may very well be the
Hmm.
case. You still want to go to court, call in. Most of it's telephonic now, not like when I first started when everything was in person.
Yeah.
And it's important that you just know the process because sometimes when you get to court, if there's no real factual dispute, a judgment will be entered and you'll be informed of the writ date, which is typically 5 days later. Now, that's fast. That's the writ is what they can file to actually have the constable come out and remove you. That's the actual eviction. The
Okay.
judgment is just the monetary portion of it.
Okay.
Now, I will say that in Arizona, or at least in our firm, I'm very happy to look at our numbers and see that, about 80% of the cases that we get judgments on,
Mhm.
we never file a writ because
Wow.
they end up working it out with the landlord. And this is
And
very common.
yeah,
Keep in mind that just because you get a judgment doesn't necessarily mean you need to move.
that's right.
It's an insurance policy for the owner. It's also to make sure that the tenant doesn't have this growing balance. I always prefer to see a court case happen now rather than they wait 6 months and now suddenly you have a judgment for nine, ten thousand dollars
$10,000.
that's going
Yeah.
to follow you forever.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. Um, let's talk about this too, because I've seen this situation come up. What happens if the property is sold or the landlord changes? Can the tenant stay under the same lease?
In fact, they can. And
Okay.
the new landlord ownership has to adopt the lease that they purchased,
Mhm.
essentially. So if you're on a fixed term lease, let's say you have 8 months left in your lease and a new landlord comes in, they can't just say, oh, well, we're just cleaning house and we want you gone. You get to stay until the end of your lease term and all the lease provisions still remain in full effect.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's another situation that I've seen where a landlord may decide, okay, I now want to sell my home, but you have to be out so that I can prepare the home to be sold. What are your rights when that happens?
So when it comes to, they can't get you to just be out so they could prepare the home to be sold. Now, what
Right.
they can do is they can post what's called a 48-hour notice of inspection. Now, this is something that a homeowner can do or a multifamily, apartment community can do.
Hmm.
And they'll post a notice on your door that says that they're going to be entering that unit in 48 hours. Now, they can enter for purposes of marketing or repairs or renovations or things like that. What they can't do is say, well, I want you gone for the next 2 days because I'm going to be showing this to people. Now, they can, potentially arrange with you to have prospective buyers come and inspect the property. But as long as it's not done in a harassing way, they're allowed to do that.
And then and let's just say the tenant says, okay, well, I would like to end my lease early because I was unprepared for this to be ending or I wasn't prepared to move. Do they have the right to say, I'm going to stay or I'm going to leave out? I want to leave early. Why don't you just let us leave early so that we can prepare the house to be sold a little bit earlier, get it on the market earlier?
So, yes,
Because they say, "Oh, I found some great deals, and if I wait 4 months from now, might not be able to rent these homes that I'm seeing
So,
now
yes, to an extent, but that's a discussion you want to have with the
with the
landlord
landlord." Yeah.
because just as you can hold them to the terms of the contract, they can hold you to the terms of the contract. So, you want to read that. Most contracts are going to say that you have to see out the lease through its end, or else there might be some sort of penalty, whether it's you're going to be charged through the end of the lease term, at least until they find a new renter, or that you might have to pay an early termination fee. Now, there's also buyout fees where it says, hey, if you're planning to leave early, okay, you'll pay X amount of dollars. You give X amount of notice so that we know you're moving and we could plan to re rent that unit and market it at that time. And then you could get out that way. But obviously, there's, a multitude of circumstances, whether it's health related
Yeah.
disabilities, things like that, where maybe there's a doctor's note that you need to get to show, because there are also fair housing protections. You
Mm,
know, if you are going through an issue and you have a letter from a provider that says, you know, hey, they need to move for their health, you know, they
mhm.
suffer a disability, whether it's mental, physical, and they need, you know, for their own health to go elsewhere.
Yes,
Fair housing would often say that you have to, the landlord has to accept that and let you terminate your lease early. But you need
absolutely.
to make sure that it's in writing and that it's from a medical provider, and just look up those circumstances, because there's tons of ways that you can maybe negotiate or force your way to terminate that lease early if you really need to.
Brett Meyer with Law Offices of Scott Clark with us today. Brett will be with us on April 22nd. That is Wednesday for our Ask an Attorney phone bank partnering with the State Bar of Arizona. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for answering these questions. It's such an important topic. We have so many people who are impacted. So thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Great,
having me.
great, great conversation. So again, we've got the phone bank happening here. It'll be at ABC 15. You can call in. This is going to be April 22nd. That is a Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune in as we get closer to the date. We'll give you the phone number to call, and you can have all of your landlord tenant questions answered for free when you call in. We'll have my friend here, Brett. We'll have another team, other team of volunteer attorneys that will be taking calls as well. So mark your calendar, 5 to 7 p.m., April 22nd. That is a Wednesday night. Tune in to ABC 15. Until next time, we'll see you.